Welcome to Cloud on Air, live webinars from Google Cloud. We are hosting webinars daily. You are watching Cloud 101, where we discuss the fundamental concept of Google Cloud Platform and learn from the best practices in different markets. My name is Anuj, and today we will be talking about how to manage Chrome browser from the cloud. You can ask questions anytime on the platform, and we have Googlers on standby to answer them. Let's get started. Before we dive in, let's talk about the importance of the browser. The browser is about more than productivity. With the rise of cloud-based enterprise applications, more and more enterprise data is flowing through the browser. That data needs to be secured, and mitigating security risks is a top priority for enterprises. For some enterprises, the need to manage the browser comes from a compliance or regulatory perspective. Enterprises operating in heavily regulated markets will often lock down specific features of the browser to reduce risk or enforce business needs. With the bulk of enterprise user activity shifting to the web, the browser needs to play an active role in the enterprise's security posture. Today, we'll discuss how the browser plays a large part in user productivity and enterprise security. Here are the topics that we'll be going over in our webinar today. First, I'll talk about some of the benefits of managing Chrome and why enterprises are increasingly making use of Chrome's management features. Then I'll cover Chrome management options that we offer today. Third, I'll introduce Chrome Browser Cloud Management, a brand new option for managing Chrome from the cloud that we're making available to everyone. And finally, I'll walk you through a demo of its core features. The way we work is changing, and the evolving role of the web and enterprises has a large part to play in this. More and more work today is done on the web thanks to the richness of the enterprise software as a service ecosystem that's grown and the web platform that powers it. In that context, the browser is quickly becoming the centerpiece for the delivery of business-critical applications. As you can see from the statistics here, both IT administrators and IT workers are seeing this shift firsthand. 73% of enterprises agree that the browser has become more important to their IT strategy. 65% of workers report relying more heavily on their browser today than they did 2 years ago. So in many cases, it's about making your enterprise users more productive. That's also where management comes in. Administrators can configure the browser to work optimally for their environments, from having the right printing defaults configured automatically to installing the right extension for their video conferencing provider. And that's why we need to manage the browser. It's a great way to achieve your enterprise's productivity, compliance, and security goals. Chrome supports a very rich set of browser policies, and as an administrator, you have access to hundreds of browser policies that allow you to configure almost any aspect of Chrome. Here are some examples of where enterprises often rely on browser policies to achieve their business goals. First is managing extensions. Enterprise admins want to be able to enable or disable extensions based on their enterprise needs, control what types of permissions an extension can request, and send customized messages to employees when they try to install extensions that aren't allowed. Deploying preset options can make the browser feel more integrated into your enterprise. The right certificates, proxy settings, and services can be configured by the admin so that the browser just works by default. Controlling updates ensures that the browser is up to date and protected from vulnerabilities. And last but not least, as I mentioned before, Chrome supports a very rich set of browser policies, and as an administrator, you have access to hundreds of browser policies that allow you to control every aspect of Chrome. So today, enterprises have two options for managing Chrome. First is to use your platform's existing management tools to set Chrome policies. If you manage Windows services, you can set policies using Microsoft's group policy objects to configure software on Windows. We offer ADMX templates to make it easy to set policies on Windows, and we offer options that are appropriate for Mac OS and Linux. Second, For enterprises that already have G Suite or have adopted Google Identity, those customers can use Google Admin Console to set user policies. When their users sign into Chrome, Chrome fetches and applies those user policies. But each of these approaches have their own set of drawbacks. With existing management tools, a simple policy change that needs to be applied across Windows, Mac, and Linux might take 3 different administrators, 3 different tools, and 3 different deployment cycles. It's a lot of extra work just to set a single policy. And also, when admins rely on user profiles, that means that employees have to sign into Chrome to apply the policies, and not every enterprise wants to use profiles where users have to sign in. To solve these challenges, we created Chrome Browser Cloud Management, which is an easier way to manage Chrome deployments of any size from a central cloud location across Windows, Mac, and Linux. It's also easy to implement. Your end users do not need Google accounts to receive policies, and there is no need for your end users to sign into the browser. You'll also gain deeper insights into your deployment. With this new feature, admins can immediately see information about the policies that are set, the current versions of the browser, and even which extensions are installed. The best part is that all of this information is available from a simple web console. So if you're an existing G Suite customer, you can get started right away by signing into the Google Admin Console at admin.google.com and navigating to the device management pages and selecting Manage Browsers. You'll find instructions on how to enroll browsers and get started on that page. If your enterprise has purchased Chrome Browser Enterprise support or have Chrome Enterprise licenses, your Admin Console also has this new service provisioned. Similarly, if you've provisioned Google Cloud Identity, your Admin Console also already has this service provisioned. If your enterprise doesn't have G Suite, or they don't use other Google services, you can still test this feature at no charge at the link listed here. We'll also display this information again at the end of the webinar. So enrolling browsers into Chrome Browser Cloud Management is super easy. Once your administrator account is created, you can sign into the Google Admin Console, navigate to the browser management pages, and create your organizational unit structure. Once your structure is created, you can retrieve your enrollment token for the organizational unit that you would like to enroll browsers into. With that token, you will use your existing tools to set one last platform policy on the devices running the browsers that you want to enroll. Once that token is set, the browser will enroll itself into the Google Admin Console, receive browser policies from the cloud, and you can choose to enable the optional cloud reporting functionality, which will send some information about the state of your browser deployment to the Admin Console. Now I'll give you a first-hand look at the administrator experience for a Chrome Browser Cloud Management. In this first video, you'll see how to retrieve an enrollment token from the console. Here, the administrator is already logged into the Google Admin Console, and you'll see them perform a few steps. First, they'll navigate to the browser list page by locating the Manage Browser cards in the Device Management section. Once they've landed on the browser list page, it will list the currently enrolled browsers. And finally, by clicking on the yellow button, they'll retrieve an enrollment token for one of the organizational units that has already been configured. Next, we'll take a closer look at the sorting and filtering options that are available on the browser list page. From the device list page, we can use search and sorting to quickly get insight into the state of the fleet. We'll sort by browser version to find Chrome browsers that haven't been updated in a while. Those machines might be good candidates for applying the forced restart policy that helps ensure that Chrome stays up to date at a reasonable pace. In this view, we'll go over some of the browser details that you can obtain if you choose to turn on the optional cloud reporting feature. You'll be able to view the extensions that are installed, which policies are set on this specific browser, and what plugins are installed. Here, you can see that the admin has clicked into a specific machine and they have a lot of information available to them about this machine. You can see the extensions that are installed, which policies are set on this specific browser, and which plugins are installed. Very good information. In our last demo, we'll take a look at the browser extension list page. This page is particularly handy if you want to get an overview of the extensions that your enterprise end users have installed across your fleet. First, we'll look at the browser extensions list. We can see how many times an extension has been installed, and we can even force install extensions. You can see we're force installing the dock extensions now. Next, you'll see how to set a new browser policy in an organizational unit with Chrome Browser Cloud Management. We'll navigate to the browser policy page. Then we'll give you a quick overview of the types of policies that you can set. And then you can use the search box to find cloud reporting, user setting, and turn it on for the whole organization. This will install an optional extension that you can use to get more insight into your browser deployment. Adding this extension is what gets a lot of the data and information that you've been seeing in the demo so far, including the extensions list page. So Chrome Browser Cloud Management enables you to see a ton of data about your organization, and this service has its own terms that are compatible with Google Cloud's other services. We also offer a data export service that allows you to take your data with you at any time. Deleting a browser results in the associated information being deleted from the admin console's storage system. Your data is yours to keep. So what's in store for Chrome Browser Cloud Management? Well, we already support a very rich set of policies in the admin console, and we want to make even more of the 300+ policies that we support today configurable from the cloud. In particular, we want to bring cloud policy controls for enterprise-specific features, such as legacy browser support and for managing updates, into admin console. Additionally, we've heard from customers that controls around enterprise security, such as password alert, are important, so we want to bring these features into the admin console as well. That concludes our quick tour of Chrome Browser Cloud Management. It gives you a quick way to manage Chrome across Windows, Mac, and Linux. It gives you great insights into your browser deployment, and it gives you the ability to delegate browser management separately from other management work. You can get started today by visiting g.co Chrome Cloud Management. We also have a wealth of resources to support you as you deploy and manage Chrome. There are two in particular that I'd like to point out. Enterprise release notes. We offer a very rich set of enterprise-specific release notes at every Chrome release. If you're an enterprise admin that wants to stay abreast of changes in Chrome, this is an excellent way to do just that. Additionally, our website at chrome.com/enterprise contains a ton of information about how you can manage Chrome in your organization. And with that, thank you for attending our webinar. If you'd like to get started with Chrome Browser Cloud Management, please visit g.co Chrome Cloud Management. Thank you for tuning in. Please visit Cloud on Air for more content from Google Cloud experts.